Welcome back to the channel, RacerX here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about some cars that are making a comeback in 2024, specifically Hellcat powered cars. And this caught me completely off guard. However, the guys at Mopar Insiders released two different articles here in the past couple of days that have confirmed that we have a couple of Hellcat variants that are going to be coming back for 2024. It's pretty exciting. What does that mean for our Chargers and Challengers? Could there be some other implications there? Well, today we will address it. If you're brand new to my channel, don't forget, hit subscribe right over here. Only 18% of you guys watching this video at home are subscribed to the channel, and it costs nothing. So with that said, off we go.
T-minus 15 seconds.
It has been over a year now since Dodge CEO Tim Kuniskis informed us that December of 2023 is when the very last of the Hemi-powered L cars was going to be rolling off the Brampton assembly line.
While this ordering window is opening, there is another one that's closing. And it's really important that we need to talk about. The 23 model year Chargers and Challengers will be the last of the Hemi-powered L cars that we build. And when that window closes, there's no reopening it.
And naturally, that pissed off a lot of diehard Mopar people because, one, a lot of people really like Chargers and they really like Challengers, and two, the Hemi has kind of been synonymous with Dodge for a really long time. It really is part of the brand identity. So moving to a 6-cylinder turbo or something hybrid or all electric, completely foreign concept, and we get that. And so everybody's kind of been preparing in their head what's coming down the pipe from Dodge. What else are they going to give us to be excited about? And out there in limbo, which never really got a lot of discussion, have been some of the other Hellcat variants out there. For example, the TRX and the Durango, because we never really got confirmation that they were going to either discontinue or continue those two moving into 2024, right? So no more Chargers and Challengers, but what about those other two? And I think that's been a question in my mind as well. And if I'm being perfectly honest, I just assumed that if they were going to discontinue the Charger and the Challenger in the Hellcat variants, in the 6.4, in the 5.7, all that good stuff, well, that the TRX and the Hellcat would no longer be a thing in 2024. Well, Mopar Insiders says differently. First, let's talk a little bit about the Durango Hellcat. And this one is a little bit of an enigma to me because a lot of people speculated that the Durango would go away altogether in the 2024 model year based on the fact that we have a full-size Stealth coming down. It's kind of weird for me to think about the Stealth being a large SUV. It's supposed to sit on the Grand Cherokee L platform. It's most likely going to have a Hurricane engine in it, all of that good stuff. And that sort of left the Durango out there in limbo. And when it was introduced to us back in 2021, meaning the Durango Hellcat, we were of the understanding it was going to be one model year. And then at Speed Week, they told us, well, for 2023, it is coming back out in low production numbers.
Yep, there's still time to get the most powerful SUV ever. The Durango SRT Hellcat is back for the 23 model year. And even though they were able to figure out how to keep building it, you all know the stories you heard about emissions, compliance, and blah, blah, blah. It is not detuned. Still 710 horsepower, 645 pound-feet of torque, and still the best-in-class towing, and most importantly, it's the most badass SUV you can buy, period.
And that pissed a lot of people off that bought the 2021 model. What happened to just one model year? Now here we are going into 2024, and they're telling us they're once again going to produce a Durango Hellcat. Relatively low production numbers. They're saying less than 2,000 most likely. And that is a bit weird to me considering we're going away from Hemis altogether, including the Hellcat variants in the Charger and Challenger. And I realize this is a lower production number vehicle, but are they going to continue to produce that Hellcat engine? Certainly they're going to have to produce enough to run a 2024 year model all the way through. And that just really caught me off guard. I thought for sure if they were going to continue with the Durango, it would have been the 5.7 and the Pentastar versions, and that was about it. So I just can't make sense out of the fact that they are going to go ahead and continue to do the Durango Hellcat and then just go away from the Charger and Challenger. So a bit of a weird deal. Now, another thing that the article from Mopar Insiders talks about is the base price. And the base price is increasing on the 2024 Durango Hellcat. The base model is gone. They're only going to produce the Plus and the Premium. It looks like the Plus is just over $101,000 to start, and the Premium is actually $5,000 more than that, so $106,000, and then if you add anything else to it, it's just going to continue to climb. But the base price on this thing actually will continue to go up, and as I mentioned, because of the low production numbers, it might be something that's hard to get your hands on, and we all know what dealerships are doing to the customers when it's a low production number vehicle. So there's that piece of it as well. But for those of you that love the Durango Hellcat, and I certainly do, it's a great vehicle to drive. Fantastic interior on it. I mean, it really does everything. It's one of the most powerful SUVs ever made, and pretty cool if you can afford the sticker on it. Next, let's address the TRX. And as I've mentioned many times on many of my videos, I absolutely love this truck. I think they did a fantastic job designing it. I love the Hellcat in that thing. It sounds good. It looks good. I mean, it's a Baja style truck, and it's just really well made. And I've always been a big fan. I tried to get one for the channel, as many of you guys are aware, prior to somebody coming in and paying 35 grand over sticker for the vehicle that I had ordered, and he bought it out from under me. That's a whole nother story. But I like the thing that much. And I assumed, once again, for 2024 that it was going to go extinct, just like the Charger and Challenger Hellcat. But it does appear that for 2024, not only will you get the Durango, but you'll also have the option of ordering a TRX. It looks like they're going to have about 4,000 units that they're going to make. So once again, not a huge number of trucks, but that's enough to where people that really want one could probably get their hands on one. So that piece is going to be out there. Now, there's one little caveat with the TRX moving into 2024. It is getting over $10,000 in additional sticker price. So like $10,300 is what they're adding to the sticker price on this, and they're essentially not giving you anything more on the truck than they did in 2023. So that is a bit of a surprise there. As a matter of fact, a well-optioned TRX will cost you like over $120,000 moving into the 2024 model year. So you got to be ready to pay for one of these things, but they are going to continue to make the TRX moving into 2024. And then it's everybody's assumption when you talk about both the Durango and the TRX that at that point they will stop putting Hellcats and Hemis in those vehicles, and we're going to move to the Hurricane platform and probably some redesigning as well. Now, I know a lot of people are going to have questions about this, so I thought I would go ahead and address it in the video. Why in the world is Dodge going away from their staple, right? Their Chargers, their Challengers, the one they produce the most of, and then they're going to continue to make a TRX and a Durango in a Hellcat form. It just doesn't make any sense for them to do that because they're alienating a lot of their core enthusiasts. And while I agree with you, it's all about production numbers in my mind. I've already put out a whole bunch of videos talking about what the EPA is doing to Dodge in terms of how Dodge has to go buy a bunch of credits from their direct competitor in Tesla. It's just a sign of the times, the current administration. This is what is expected, and it's really hard for them to continue to do business the same way with the same big engines that we know and love, and turn a profit when you're paying through the nose on fines and EPA credits. Well, because these are lower production number cars, meaning the Durango and the TRX, they can probably continue to give us those for another 1 year, at which point those will also go extinct. So I'm just grateful that we're able to get one more year out of those. It really is surprising to me that they're able to do this, or they're willing to do this based on the direction the company is going, but that's the truth of it. And almost 8,000, actually I wrote it down, as a matter of fact, almost 9,000 between the Charger and the Challenger have been built for this model year already. So you can see just how many more of those they build compared to the TRX and the Durango. And I realize the market is not as big for those two vehicles, but that's probably the main reason as to why we got one more year out of those two. So I want to keep this one pretty short. I just had this news that I wanted to share with you guys. Big shout out to the guys at Mopar Insiders for figuring this out. I really have no reason to doubt what they said here. They listed their sources out there. I will go ahead and list the link to both of these two articles that I was referencing in the description of this video down below, so feel free to go check those out. But anyway, I would love to know what you guys think about the fact that we're going to have a Hellcat-powered truck and a Hellcat-powered SUV moving into the 2024 model year. Does this sort of bum you out even more that we're not getting them for the Chargers and Challengers? How do you guys feel about it? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will catch you on the next one. So until then, RacerX.